All right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Big Doug and Carmi Show, your one-stop shop for all things Commanders. It's a Super Monday. George and Janky Rondo is here to help us get through all the craziness from yesterday. Rondo, what's happening, buddy?
What's up? What's up?
What a game yesterday. You don't have enough gray in your beer, Rondo, to even come close to remembering a game like that. For this type of situation, it was incredible yesterday.
Yeah, man, that game was just full of crazy emotions, man. Like, out, man. Compared from the first half to the second half, bro. Like, that was crazy.
George, you were at the game. I know you said you rewatched today on TV. I
Mhm.
rewatched today. The first quarter itself felt like a whole entire football game. I remember a couple of times looking at the clock and then my watch and was like, I can't believe we're still in the first quarter here.
Yeah.
How was the experience of the game yesterday? I know it was cold. How
Mhm.
was the fans? Because I gotta tell you, sometimes it felt like we didn't have much of an advantage, and then sometimes I wondered if it was just the weirdness of the game. What was the crowd like yesterday, George?
Good vibe yesterday, man. Definitely a lot of people there. Lower bowl sold out. I'd say about 80% capacity there. A lot of Eagle fans at the game. But, I like that. I like the energy. I like the heat. I like people talking smack to you while you're at the game. It was a lot of fun there. It was crazy. Started off 21 nothing, I think, or 20. It was like 21-7 in the first quarter. Ugly game, worst case scenario. We started off a great field position, getting to the 50-yard line, getting to the 43-yard line with a big Luke McCaffrey return. I think the crowd was starting to get down a little bit because we're like, man, is this going to be a blowout? It's going to be an ugly game. I'm in a group chat with a bunch of Eagles and Cowboys fans. They're running their mouth like, oh, y'all suck. It's over for you guys. And I was like, we have a long game to go. So the fact of the matter that we turned around the game, the fact of the matter that Jaden cooked, it was a great game. It was a lot of fun. Actually, the energy got crazy. End of the game was fire. It was awesome time altogether.
Rondo, I noticed in your group chat the other day it was nothing but like Eagles fans with bird emojis. Those guys are the worst.
Man, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's come to a point where they're like, and this might sound crazy. They are probably half of my fan base at this point. Like, I'm dead serious. They didn't literally overpower us to a point where it's like I can't control them no more. Like, literally.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
George, which one of the turnovers was most devastating to you yesterday?
I think the second, well, there's a bunch. Well, there's five turnovers, obviously. I think the second turnover with Brian Robinson, man, he was killing me. So the first one, I think, was just kind of a punch in the mouth. Like, I think the first turnover, we got the ball at the 43-yard line. Luke McCaffrey had a huge return. The very next play, he fumbled it. That was devastating. But I believe it was like, it might have been 21-7 or 14-7. We were driving, going into the red zone, about to score a touchdown. Brian Robinson fumbled again. And it was like, you know what? No matter what we do, we're just kind of shooting ourselves in the foot. It's going to be that type of game. Like, we've all been around watching Washington for a long time. Those types of games, we were just kind of messy and playing bad. So that was bad for me. But what I do like about Daniels, man, is that interception, that fifth turnover with the interception in the fourth quarter. He just has ice in his veins, man. He threw that interception. The Eagles scored a touchdown, took the lead, got right back on the field, drove down the field, 2-minute drive. So it was fantastic. So I don't know.
I didn't realize until I rewatched the game today that McCaffrey, both those interceptions were attempts to get the ball to McCaffrey, which is
Yeah.
wild. That's not knock on McCaffrey. It wasn't McCaffrey's fault. He's wide open both times. Just odd timing and kind of crazy. But Rondo, they got him going and they got McCaffrey going. People have been waiting all year to see him catch the ball, but they got him in the return game. He looked nice yesterday.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still trying to get accustomed to Luke like returning the ball because he's not you know what I'm saying, shifty. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even think we even got like a shifty like receiver. Besides,
Not at all.
yeah, so it's like he's a little stiff back there, but I gotta give him credit when credit's due. He is like making up for the the yardage. You know what I'm saying? Got us in a great position at the for our last kickoff. So yeah, you gotta shout out to Luke McCaffrey for that one. I call him Slim Jesus, but
Slim Jesus.
yeah, I call him Slim Jesus.
George, is crazy because the league is over for we're both out now, but in that Scott Fishbowl tournament we played for fantasy, they
Yeah.
were counting the kickoff yards.
Mm.
And last week I remember looking, and that way McCaffrey was good for like 25 fantasy points last year because they were including the kickoff yards.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting way to play. That one's over. Got fairly far that one this year, but didn't bring it home. Uh, Rondo number 5 is electric. the Crystal City restaurant didn't help you out last night at all.
Wait, do you guys know that? Do you guys know that
the
place?
coach. You try to send
Never heard of
try
it,
to
dude.
send
What are
the
you talking about? What
quarterback
are you talking about?
Christmas present.
Yeah, I try to give him a Christmas present. I don't. It was so crazy. A lot of people actually knew the place in the DMV. I was like everybody was quoting it saying Crystal City restaurant. I'm like, so everybody must be going here after the games or something. I don't know, but yeah, they don't like me no more. I ain't gonna lie.
One of the better hidden secrets in the area.
That's so funny.
Yeah, facts.
Doug, you there?
I am, George. I'm sorry. I thought you were getting ready to say something, George.
No, you're good.
You have pictures you brought, George?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's pull it up real quick. So, man, definitely a good time. Rondo, were you at the game yesterday, bro? Did you go?
No, I'm gonna be there. I'm definitely gonna be here this Sunday though.
All right, cool. Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, man, it was definitely a good time. Give me 1 second. I'll pull this up real quick. I want to take away the branding real quick. I don't know why it won't let me do that on my thing right here. There it is. Got you. So let me kind of go through some pictures real quick. We were at the game. Let me pull some things up real fast. Give me 1 second.
For those that don't know, George is down on 109, so like he gets to see the players coming in and out of the tunnel.
Yeah,
and he's right there next to the hog farmers. One of the best stories coming out from yesterday, George, was Chris telling the story of you getting your hot chocolate.
Yeah, man, it was definitely a good time. So basically, I'm sitting there out there with Chris, sitting in section 109, good times, having some drinks. I don't know what Chris was talking about. Basically, they're coming around with some hot chocolate with some Baileys. I got some hot chocolate and Baileys, having a nice little drink. And Chris and Brian's like, yo, George, how much does this thing cost? I said $9.99. He said, oh, 99 cents. And he basically bought everybody in his row all hot chocolate, ended up being like $150. So, he messed up. He messed up on that one. It was like $10 a drink. But these are some of my photos, fellas. I'm basically sitting in 109 pregame. If you guys can, I think it's always a good time to get down there and watch the pregame. So I got there around 11 o'clock. I'm just watching kind of things get it set up. I'm in 109, 3 rows away from the players, kind of seeing everyone dress up. And, it was kind of cool. I saw Cosme out there. There's kind of worry about whether he was going to take on, get into the game. He was sick all week, kind of seeing him get out there. That was cool. Let me pull up a couple more for you guys. We talked about Zach Ertz. He was fired up, man. Zach Ertz definitely wanted to get out there, trying to get a revenge game against the Eagles. He was warming up pretty well. He didn't have a catch like the fourth quarter or something like that. He kind of wasn't kind of sleeping in regard to that. But another cool one I want to show you guys real quick is this. I love it, man. One of my favorite parts about being in this section. Be careful. The sound's going to come out real loud when I put this one on. So give me 1 second. Let me share it with you real quick. Yeah, man. So I love it. So Jay Natos basically always gets ready right in front of us every time. And actually, I will put the sound up. I'll kind of turn it down a tiny bit, but it is fun. The crowd gets pumped up seeing Jay run out there.
I don't think it was this throw here, but I saw one later in warmups. I knew he had a big arm down the field when they drafted him. I didn't realize quite the zip he has, just straight out the arm. It comes out fast.
He has a really fast release, man. I think that's what basically is so elite with him. And he can do anything. He can run. He's very, he can create. He's very, he can improvise, but he also has a good arm there as well. This is also pretty dope. I want to show you guys this. So after the game, so 109 is basically where all the players' families sit. They all sit in that section because the players were not in that tunnel right next to us. And Johnny Newton's family was right behind us. So right after the game, Johnny Newton jumps into the stands, kind of sitting next to us. He's hyping up the crowd. He's actually sitting, sitting in the crowd on the chairs with the fans. It's dope as hell. It's kind of cool kicking it. And I actually got a video of it too, which is pretty cool. So let me pull it up right here. It might come out a little bit loud. So give me 1 second, fellas. Sorry. There you go. He's right here, man. It's just chilling with the fans, taking pictures. People rubbing his head and stuff. It's pretty funny, man. He's good people. But he's nice stuff. But his family's right behind us. So it was a good time. And the crowd was pumped up. The fans are pumped up. Let me show you one more video real quick.
The vibes are just up, man. This is a whole nother. I feel like a whole nother fan base, to be honest, with the league.
Yeah, we're not used to this, man. It's wild.
And we needed this bad because we were down big. We were down big time in the joyous moments department. Go ahead, George.
No, absolutely. I was saying this is me. I was trying to get Johnny Newton. This was kind of chaos. People bumping into each other. He's over here on the left hand side. People are trying to get over there next to him. Like I said, I'm down to 109. Where's that one picture? There's a video of like Frankie Luvu like dancing. Let me see if I can find that one real quick. That I'll put in there. Maybe I didn't put it. I'll put it on here later on in a second, Doug. But there's one where like Frankie Luvu was dancing, hyping up the crowd. That was pretty dope. Luke McCaffrey came off the field. He threw his gloves out. I caught his gloves. So I have Luke McCaffrey's glove at my house right now, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
It was a good time, man. His vibes are immaculate, as Rondo said. Things are going well, man. Can't complain. And then right here, I'll pull this one up. I know Doug shared this one. Sam Cosby, man, he's been through a lot, man. He's been through a lot here. He re-signed his contract. He went through the Ron Rivera era. Our team is feeling it, man. I think we kind of have a special team as well, being 10-5. Devontae Smith dropping the ball. Sometimes we have lucky years. This is the kind of year, man. Maybe Jaden Daniels takes off in the playoffs and get a couple wins, man. We'll see what's up.
Yeah, the notion that yesterday somehow wasn't a big deal because they didn't know what George in that group chat we have there. Will you pull up the
Okay.
I think the Mark Bullock shared the end zone angle of that final touchdown.
Okay.
I just wanted to run that fast real quick because it was slick. That when he throws that thing way before they get going. But yeah, there's a couple of guys that are still around, man. There's got to be real love for it because they went through some hard times. Cosby's been playing great.
So real quick, I'll put the video up right here. So this was going at my seats, man. I was sitting right there, a couple rows away from this play. I should have recorded it, but I always record it. I was like, you know what? I'm actually gonna enjoy the moment, man. I actually want to watch this game in real time and let it play out. So I let it go, man. And it was dope. It was like, throwing this with anticipation, so dope, man. That's awesome. And the funny thing is, all three of us are content creators, man. Like they've been hyping up like Zach Bond right here, like number 53, the entire time, all year long. It was kind of fun that basically Crowder cooked him in the last play, and it was awesome, man. 5 touchdowns for our rookie quarterback, man. That's unbelievable. We haven't seen that since '91. It's unbelievable.
I was gonna say there's some interesting things here, real quick. Mitch Tischler pointed out earlier today. Commanders are the first team to win a game scoring 35 plus points while turning it over 5 times since 2010. Just incredible things they're doing there. The Commanders are averaging 28.8 points per game, highest scoring average for a team with a full-time rookie quarterback in at least the last 20 years per ESPN stats. So they just continue doing things that nobody else is doing it. And we've got one of those guys. The nice thing is we've got one of those guys at quarterback that just makes you feel like no matter what's going on, you got a chance to win this thing. This is crazy how these guys can study the film. This is the sack here, and Greg Olson did a nice job of pointing this out. But Jalen Carter had to diagnose what was going on before this ever even becomes a play. And it just goes to show how much time these guys spend watching tape. Like he knows it right now. He's like, this guy's pulling. Watch me go get him. If the center misses, that's it.
He said he's light. He's light. I wonder if he's watching his feet.
He's not. He's not. He wasn't far enough down in his stance.
That's wild.
So he knew immediately that it was going to pull, and it always amazes me what these guys know and how to get there. That we just take advantage that they just go out there and run and smash people, and it's not it. Jake and Rondo, how much better will this team be when they actually get some weapons around number 5?
Oh man. It's like I'm really trying to stay in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, we got the $100 million next year. Like we all know, like AP is gonna go crazy on the off season, try to definitely build around Jaden Daniels. So I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. But right now, I'm gonna try to stay in the moment. I'm gonna just survive this year, and then we can start looking to next year. But it's looking good so far.
George, are you having the same problem? I have a hard time. I think those of us are always looking to the future because that's what we've done for so many years. Have you found it hard to just stay in the moment and not say things like, "Oh, we really could use a Brian Robinson upgrade," or "Oh, we really could use some more a Terry, somebody opposite Terry," or are you able to just enjoy it?
I'm enjoying it right now, but I definitely have a wish list as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm enjoying the moment, winning every game. It's a lot of fun. We actually 3-game winning streak now going into December. I'm going to go to that Sunday Night Football game next week against the Falcons. That's going to be awesome. That game is going to be fire. I can't wait for that game. But at the same time, you can't help but look ahead, right? This is like we're supposed to be quote unquote recalibrating this year. We're not supposed to be here right now. But the fact of the matter that our rookie quarterback threw 5 touchdown passes, the last time that's happened since 1991, it's ridiculous, right? You can't imagine, like, dude, T. Higgins is out there as a free agent. There are other, Garrett Wilson is angry in New York Jets. Like, things are kind of like interesting right now. And you always know that, like, we know this, guys, like, when you have a good quarterback, especially, free agents want to come to DC. Like, we're going to be a hot topic. We're becoming one of those popular teams that people want to go to. Like, we're kind of like the Houston Texans, from last year. People want to come here. Having $100 million, like Rondo kind of talked about, that's just so dope, man, because people want to come here. Explosive running back, explosive wide receiver to add to what Jaden Daniels already has. It's going to be fantastic. I'm pumped for it, man.
It was nice to have Chin back. He makes a big difference in the game. I think if they didn't have him yesterday, I think it would have looked a lot different. It's crazy. 5 touchdowns, 5 turnovers. The numbers say I don't care who's playing football on either side of the ball. 5 turnovers, it's impossible to win those games. And the way that last interception, I thought for sure that game was over.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was a big drop by Devontae Smith. And does he normally drop that? No, but you also don't turn the ball over 5 times in a game usually. That's what Eagles fans have been yelling all day today about beating the backup quarterback, but I don't remember them complaining when they were trashing, they beat Jan Daniels with bruised up ribs in a bad game. Like, they didn't matter winning then. It's always amazing to me how you can start saying things like that. Did it change the game? Yes, of course it did. And did it change some of the 4th down calls? Probably. But still, Jaden Daniels went out there and did that against probably the best defense in the league. So please miss me with the Jalen wasn't out there, because Jaden did. First of all, I'm glad we don't have to do that a whole lot, because I've been messing up Jaden and Jalen all week on the podcast. So I'm glad I don't have to say those names back to back a bunch. But seriously, trying to say that because Jalen Hurts was out, that game wasn't incredible. That's a Philly thing.
Rondo, do you care at all? Like, you said a lot of your Eagle fans are kind of in your chat, like in your conversation. Do you care at all that Jalen Hurts was hurt yesterday? Like, do you have any sympathy for the Eagle fans whatsoever? I see that smile.
I want to say sympathy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely, obviously, you don't want to see nobody get hurt, but
yeah,
I would definitely have wanted to see us beat the Eagles with Jalen Hurts. But
send a message.
Yeah, send a message. But then again, I don't know. The Eagles got to realize, bro. We've been playing with Kenny Pickett's type quarterbacks for 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Besides RG3 and Kirk Cousins. So it's I do understand why they're using that excuse, but at the same time, I mean,
I don't personally feel bad for them at all whatsoever.
Marshall Lattimore gave up 68 yards of pass interference in the 3rd quarter alone. So, miss me with they didn't try to go down the field. Miss me with all that. I mean, he was still moving the ball around. Kenny Pickett may have gotten overdrafted. That was a 1st-round pick from 2 years ago. Yeah. And again, like, take out the big run from Saquon, and those numbers start going down a little bit. Uh-huh. And when you watch the replay on that Saquon Barkley touchdown run, they don't touch him.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't get pulled on the jersey through the line. I mean, he does not get touched for any of that 68 yards. That is the best offensive line in the league, and it may be one of the better offensive lines of the last decade. They're humongous. Now, that being said, the defensive line in Washington needs to upgrade. I think that was we noticed that yesterday, and it was glaringly noticeable. I'd like to hear Dorrance Armstrong's name called a little bit more. Like, when's the last time you heard the name Dorrance Armstrong? That's one of the guys they gave money to. They'll need an upgrade. But again, you have to give them credit, because in the second half, they shut down Saquon Barkley. And that I don't think that was a product of not having Jalen Hurts back there. I think they came out with a new strategy, which they tend to do each week, particularly on defense, and adjusted. And they deserve a lot of credit for that. George, the coaching staff's really been good this year.
I agree. I think what ended up happening was they were not scared about Kenny Pickett whatsoever. They basically were like, you know what, we're gonna dare him to beat us. We're gonna stack the box, take away Saquon Barkley, and they did. And I'm impressed that they did. Saquon's been a freaking demon all year long, man. There's potential for him to break Eric Dickerson's rushing record this year. He's like think he has to average 130 yards per game for the last 2 games to do it. He might actually do it, but he had 109 yards in the first quarter. I think he ended up at 150 to end the game altogether. So they shut him down in the second half. Can't complain one bit. So I'm pumped about that. I want to ask Rondo a question, bro. So Rondo, I know you're a big Commanders fan. Your videos are hilarious. I'm kind of curious about your, Commanders Redskins origin story, man. How'd you become a fan of the team?
Honestly, just my family, everybody liking the Redskins at the time.
You live in the
Redskins.
You live in the area? Where you? Okay.
Yeah, I'm at PG County, so
I got you. Okay, I got you.
So, yeah,
okay,
in the family.
Okay, cool.
Terry McLaurin, number 2 in receiving touchdowns this year, behind only Jamar Chase. Rondo, time to give him an extension, don't you think?
Yes, sir. Terry McLaurin, respectfully, is the best receiver in the league. I understand. Yes, we got Justin Jefferson, we got Jamar Chase, but my personal opinion, I think he's the best. This might sound crazy, but I think he's the best receiver of all time.
All time, okay, interesting.
Yeah, I think he's the best. He's better than Jerry Rice. He's better than Randy Moss. Praise up to Randy Moss. He's better than Larry Fitzgerald. We definitely have. I think this is last year, right? I think this is third.
I think he has one more year. I think it's his last year of his guaranteed money. I think it's right. Yeah, now they have to kind of work around, like extend him and get some more money thrown at him. But he's still under contract, I think.
Yeah, he could definitely. He's gonna get a blank check. Like I think, to be honest, he definitely retires as a Commander. To be honest, yeah.
He deserves it too, man. He's been through so many. I think it was 11 quarterbacks that he's had over the last 6 years of his career, which is out of control. He's still successful. He's still. I always thought Terry McLaurin was good. I didn't know he was 12 touchdowns, 1,300 yards type of good. This is out of control right now. So I'm really impressed.
But that's the thing. We've been saying it. All he needed was a quarterback. That's all, and it literally came to light. So it's like they can't say we delusional no more.
And then when you consider games like the last Philly game where he only had 1 catch, I mean, there are games early in this season where he didn't get much. The numbers could be way bigger. George Kingsbury must have listened to all the people yelling because they are moving Terry around a lot more. They're moving around so much. He caught that penalty because he's not used to getting out of motion and getting set.
Dude, yeah, 100%. And guys, my seats are in the end zone. That 1 touchdown pass where freaking Jaden Daniels threw that corner route.
Was that you?
That wasn't going against me. That was like the backside view. I saw like the actual break in the route. That was unbelievable. Like, I can't emphasize how great of a catch that was because Jaden Daniels threw that before he even broke out at all. Like Terry McLaurin was actually like cutting in to kind of like lean into Keenan Mitchell before going back. That ball was up in the air. I was like, there's no way he can catch it. Terry McLaurin catches like a Willie Mays over the shoulders. That was fantastic. It was a great catch altogether. So he's balling, man. It's fun seeing Terry ball because when people go through so much shit for a long time, it's kind of fun seeing him kind of thrive now. It's dope. It's awesome.
And he still managed to make that a body catch.
Always, no matter what.
At this point, I ain't gonna lie. He the best body catcher of all time. I ain't gonna lie.
Best forearm catcher of all time.
George, what was the reason for Robinson not being able to get it going yesterday?
I just think he was in his head, man. I think that first fumble, that Jalen Carter's a beast, and we got to give him credit. Like we want to hate on him. You love him because he's a Georgia guy. But he basically got in so fast. He knocked the ball right out of Brian Robinson's hands. Instantly, he couldn't do much about it, right? He also put a lot of pressure on himself. Like I love B-Rob. I'm a B-Rob opponent. I think he's a good player, but he was the one kind of talking trash all week. Like, we're just as good as the Eagles. We're going to win this game. I don't mind that. I like the bravado. I don't know if you I see both you guys shaking your head. I like that confidence. You want to never be scared. I never want to be scared of my opponent. So I like the fact that I did that. But maybe he was kind of pushing too much. Like he's not. Like there's different levels. Like Jaden Daniels is a playmaker, elite level player. Brian Robinson is like I'm going to do the best I can. I'm an overachiever type of player. Maybe he's trying to do too much. 2 fumbles in a row. I think the coaches saw that too. They kind of took him out for a series. I don't know if you guys caught that, but they basically took him out for a series. Let McNichols have a series or 2, kind of calm him down a little bit. And that's kind of what happened there. I got a question for you guys though. You guys are watching the game on TV. I was watching it there. What's your takeaway from Lattimore, man? Like I thought Lattimore came out hot. I thought he was shutting down A.J. Brown. We're starting to see these DPIs come up. Was he getting cooked in your opinion? Were the PIs legit in your opinion? What do you guys think about Lattimore? I'm still confident in him. I like that dog in him. That's where I feel about it. But I'm kind of curious. What do you guys think?
Well, I don't know about you, Rondo, but I mean, I think it's a good reminder that while there is a difference in talent level between Benjamin St-Juste and Marshawn Lattimore, AJ Brown is cooking people every week. It doesn't matter what the name is on the back of the jersey. He's getting you. And that's all there is to that. Now, the second pass interference was a tough one because he gave, I think it was the second one where he got most of the hand inside of Marshawn Lattimore's jersey first. That one there to me was tough. The one at the very end that took them all the way down to like the 10-yard line, I think was that penalty. That was a
back to
brutal
back,
one.
I think. Yeah, it was tough.
So, I mean, yeah, I mean, Lattimore played a good game. It's interesting to see how long he'll be out. Sounds like another hamstring injury,
Yeah.
which is tough. He might just be one of those guys, which would be brutal. But yeah, I mean, did he get beat yesterday? Yeah, but there were a lot of plays. He made a ton of plays yesterday.
Rondo, what's your take, bro? How you feel? Are you happy with the trade? Do you think he played pretty well yesterday? What are your thoughts on him?
I'm definitely happy with the trade. I think at the end of the day, bro, we just, obviously, like Big Doug said, we just gotta realize, bro, AJ Brown is different. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't matter. Like he's a top receiver in the league for a reason. We knew. I mean, being a corner, you're not gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's impossible. But unless you're Darrell Regas. But like Marshawn, he made plays. Like he made plays that we expected him to make. Now, is he perfect? No, like I said. But when it came to that last play that before he came out, where where AJ Brown caught the ball, but he fought through the ball. So it's like plays like that is like very big because let's say just throwing any name out there, not throwing any shots. Let's say like BSJ. If BSJ probably was guarding him, does he fight through the ball? No, maybe not. So it's like plays like that matters. So I feel like down the line we definitely need Marshawn down the line. I hope he get healthy. And I still love Marshawn.
Yeah,
I think he did good.
Hey,
in
real
the
quick,
room.
George, if Saint, just for what it's worth, because it's easy to trash on him, and folks do, but if Benjamin St-Juste doesn't make that tackle, we don't have to worry about Devontae Smith not catching. The game's over at that point. So, like, that was a huge tackle.
Yeah, it was. So, yeah, St-Juste, I mean, it was funny because I was watching the game. I see St-Juste running on the field. I'm like, why? And it was like 3rd down or 4th down. I was like, what the hell's going on? Why is he running on the field? I didn't know he was injured. You guys might have heard that on the broadcast. I was worried about it. He missed that one tackle on A.J. Brown on 4th and 7. But as we know, A.J. Brown's a whole other beast. That's a whole other game right there. But, like, I think, we'll see what happens. The Falcons, I heard Drake London got hurt. I don't know if you guys know much more than that. I heard he's going to be out next week. I heard Drake London was out, so I'm kind of curious about that. But, he might be gone a couple weeks. I just like the fact that Lattimore is a dog, and he just plays with anger. And I like cornerbacks that they want that challenge. I think that's going to kind of bleed on to Sanders, who's already dogging himself. So that's 2 right there. Maybe just draft on the quarterback next year. Our DB room will be straight, so I'm looking forward to that.
And we haven't talked about it, but George, it was another humongous game for Frankie Louvu yesterday. I mean, he was all over the field. I mean, you talk about pickups, and they gave him a couple of year contracts, which was smart. I mean, that guy is everywhere. To me, he's an all-pro player this year, not a Pro Bowler, but an all-pro.
I love Louvu, man. I think Louvu, like we talked about it going into the offseason, Doug, like in August. I think he's a perfect balance to Bobby Wagner. Like Bobby Wagner kind of lost a step. Like I like Bobby Wagner. I want to re-sign him. I'm curious what your thoughts are, Ron. I'll ask you that in a second. I like Bobby Wagner. I think he's cerebral. I think he puts the defense in the right positions. It's a good balance because it's like you have the captain and you have the maniac, right? And Frank Louvu is kind of the maniac running around blowing people up. And I think it's a good balance like that. It's awesome, right? Got an interception yesterday. I love having Louvu there, and I'm glad we have him on a long-term contract. Props to Dan Quinn. Props to Adam Peters for seeing that because he was on the rise in Carolina, and that's what you want in a free agent. You want to get a free agent that's like on the come up, as opposed to someone that's already established. You don't want to overpay for somebody. You want to buy them while they're young, get them cheaper, and have them blow up a little bit. So it's nice that Louvu had that. So I like that. Rondo, what are your thoughts on Wagner, man? Do you think he should come back next year? I know it's a 1-year deal.
See, Wagner, like you obviously Hall of Fame linebacker. You can't really talk no bad upon him, to be honest. I think. Me personally, I think like they'll probably go young, but
younger.
Yeah, but I would still love for him to stay on the team. But yeah, I think they'll probably go younger in my opinion. But he's a stud Hall of Famer. He hasn't done no wrong. But I think they probably. I mean, me personally, I think they're probably gonna go younger.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And they've got McGee on the roster who they drafted this year that they like real well, George. We had a lot of people tell us in the offseason how good the potential he had to be good. be nice to bring Wagner. If Wagner wants to come back, you sign him and he comes back. That doesn't mean that he has to start if he's not ready. But I mean, he still leads this team in tackles, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think he's the highest PFF grade this week too. I think he's like a 93 or something in PFF grade. So yeah. But you're right.
Saint Restreau with another big one, George. They're going to end up having to leave him outside. Period.
I love that dude, man. I think I love him going back to Michigan. When he was drafted, I had one of my good friends who's a diehard Michigan fan. There might be some bias there, but they're like, yo, you got a real one with him. Like right off the break. This is like back like in May. You and I talked to Jim Nagy during the whole Senior Bowl cycle and how about he loved Mike Sainristil as well. I just think he's a dog. Like I think he's a great player. He's undersized but puts his nose in the run game, and I love it. I'm sure you guys both saw it. I actually retweeted it. Sainristil after the game ran to the Eagles bench. He was like, "Yeah," he talking trash.
I hated that little stupid eagle fly thing they did all game. Yeah, it was pissing me off.
So Sainristil was going. He runs as a rookie, running to the other side of the field, running his mouth. He did it to Ohio State when he was at Michigan too, man. I love players that got that fire in them. So let's do it. I'm ready for it.
If they finish out this way, George, do they end up playing the Eagles in the playoffs in the first round?
I think they are, man. Unless something happens with the Packers, man. So that's and this game added intrigue. Like the Eagles were very arrogant going into this game. They thought they were going to win pretty easily. We beat them. Granted, Jalen Hurts was out, but we beat them, and they're angry about it. All three of us see it as content creators. They're pissed off. Like they're trying to act like they're not hurt. They're hurt right now, which is hilarious. So going into this third round, it's like you never know what's going to happen. And Jalen Hurts might press. Gene Needles might go out of his mind again. If we beat them in the playoffs, that'd be I'll be exquisite. I'm excited about that. It'd be fantastic.
We were talking about a little bit earlier, Rondo, and a lot of your content. You make calls to places. Where did you come up with that?
Honestly, whatever comes to my mind is what I'm gonna do. Like I don't really try to force anything beforehand. I just as soon as I sit down, I'm gonna do a reaction. Anything I think of, that's what I'm gonna just do it right there.
That's the authentic thing, man. Now that I think about it, you did one for BSJ, right? Did you call like the kid like Canadian? Like you tried to deport him or something like that? What did you do?
I think that was like preseason. Yeah, that was preseason.
Okay. Yeah. Who did you call? I forget now.
I forgot what I called it. It was a long time ago. I forgot. Dang, that's crazy. I think I called it for like a job interview or something.
Oh, like a security guard or something like that. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Where does Kai Cenat shouting you out rank Rondo? Because that was pretty cool, right?
Yeah, that was cool. Definitely number one because I don't know if y'all know, but he's like the number one streamer in the world, to be honest, in my opinion. Well, in everybody's opinion, I think. So yeah, you know what I'm saying. So definitely getting love from him is like out of this world, to be honest.
Are you gonna be doing any 48-hour streams anytime soon?
Ooh. Honestly, yeah, definitely soon, to be honest. Definitely soon. Real soon.
Yeah.
How'd you get into this, bro?
I Rondo Potathon.
How'd you get into it, bro? I know you got into it pretty recently, a couple of years now. How long have you been doing this for? And like, why'd you get it? Just kind of a passion for it? Like, how'd you get into it?
So basically, I was a teenager going into college.
Okay.
To be honest, I wanted to do this, like the content stuff, like in high school, but I was a football player, so I had no time at all. So I was just watching everybody. Then obviously me going into college, that was the peak of COVID. I was depressed. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't do nothing, obviously, because of COVID. So I stopped going to school, and I just said, you know what, I gotta go full effort into doing content because I feel like this was the only thing that caught my attention. Like I didn't want to work.
It was in you. You had to get it out of you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
So,
So and then
you played corner, didn't you?
Yep, I played corner.
That's what I thought.
So yeah, and then I just kept going, and I kind of blew up, I guess.
That's dope, man. It's been fun. It's fun following you, bro.
Well, not I guess you've blown up. Ain't no doubt about that.
I'm just humble. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, like not all of a sudden, but it started with this, like the Commanders fan base. So that's why, like, as far as I go, like in life, I will always definitely appreciate the Commanders fan base because I first started blowing up with this, and I want to take it to another level and currently doing it. So yeah,
you are, and you've been on a couple of times. We love having you on for sure.
Appreciate it.
Hey, Ron, the last question for me: who's a better Madden player? Is it Dotson or Forbes? You played them both, right?
I ain't played Forbes. But I will say Dotson. Jahan definitely he put 100 points on me before. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, so he's definitely the better one. I ain't gonna lie.
That's funny.
What ask both of you real quick before we get out of here. What are your expectations for the Falcons game next week?
Go ahead, Ron. You can go first. One.
Ooh, all right. I think this is gonna be a good game. I think we definitely should be able to win. I didn't even know that Drake London was hurt. Like that is.
I didn't either. I got to check.
He
that
left
out.
the game. I don't know if he's like hurt,
Okay.
but he left the game. I know that. So yeah.
Speedy recovery, but if you don't play, then out the bro.
Yeah.
But I think this is definitely gonna be a good game. I know, obviously, you know what I'm saying. Penix is starting now. Definitely would have wanted to see Kirk to play. I ain't gonna lie, because that'd be easy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would have preferred to be playing Kirk next week. Ain't no doubt.
Literally. So yeah, I think we're gonna blitz him a lot. I think we're gonna try to put some pressure on him, and he's got to find a way to win.
I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a good game, but I think the team just wants to end it then and there, man. I think they want to do it on their home turf. I think they want to clinch the playoffs. They don't want to mess around with anything with the Cowboys. The Cowboys have been playing hot, man. Like we can make fun of the Cowboys all we want. I think they won 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 5 now. I'm looking pretty good. So I think they just want to shut it down in Atlanta. I think what they're going to do. I mean, Penix, coming out of college, he had the best deep ball thrower in the entire class. Maybe him and Jaden Daniels side by side. So he can throw it down the field. I think what they're going to try to do is probably shut down Bijan Robinson, just make sure he doesn't do anything, and let Penix beat him. So I think it's going to be a close game. I think the Commanders are going to win, man. I think it's going to be on our home turf, Sunday Night Football. We're going to win the game. We're going to be pumped up. We'll see. I mean, it'll be funny as hell because the Cowboys
break out the black jerseys, George.
I have no idea. I would love it. I like that murder black, man. I like that. The battle, what's it called? Battle black, murder black. I like it, man. Sunday Night Football
out there.
Yeah, it'd be real cool. It'd be cold. I'm going to be at that game freezing, but I think it'll be hilarious. So the Cowboys want to play spoiler for us, but nothing will be like more mocking to them if we bench our starters week 18 because we're going to the playoffs and they're not. It'd be dope. I love it.
I don't know that we've ever had an opportunity to bench our starters in the last week before because
it's been a long time.
You think about all those playoff games. They were racing to the playoffs at the end of the year in each of the last like 3. So it wasn't anywhere like this one. Double-digit win seems crazy. Fellas, appreciate it as always. Rondo, always enjoy you on. Fellas, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all the things. And Rondo, when we hit the playoffs, man, we'll get you back on again.
All right, man. I can't wait.
All right, gentlemen. Peace out.
All right.